to say walking the path. No, wrong Facebook Live. Welcome to I Got My Miracle. Happy day, happy life, happy journey. I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you for joining us. While people are starting to stream in, I want to tell you a little bit about Rythmia. We're here today talking about our miracle because Rythmia is the place where miracles happen every week. I've been here for 5 years. Every week it happens. This amazing experience that individuals have when they come here and they see some aspect of themselves that we might call a blind spot, something that they sort of knew was there but couldn't really see. And it's that thing that they couldn't see that they knew was there but couldn't really see. That's the thing that's been in some way obstructing more good from coming into their lives. Once we see that, we come back to a state of wholeness. We merge together with the parts of us that we've been trying to keep apart. And as we do that, we're able to heal our bodies, heal our hearts, and forgive ourselves mostly, right? And so each week on I Got My Miracle, we get to talk with one of the fabulous souls, one of the fabulous light workers or light warriors that have come to Rythmia to share their story. So I'm so grateful to be here with Christina. Hi.
Thank you. I said welcome to you. Welcome to me. Welcome to everybody.
Welcome. We're so happy.
Absolutely.
We didn't drink any Kool-Aid. We did drink some tea, but not any Kool-Aid.
No.
Wow. So happy that you're here.
I'm so blessed to be here and so grateful to be here.
Tell me a little bit about you. Who you are? Are you married? Do you have kids? Do you work? Where do you live? Give us a little synopsis of Christy.
So my name is Christina. I'm 47 years old. I am married. My husband's name is Jeff. I have a wonderful son, Christian. And I have an amazing family. And I always knew that. But since Thursday night, it's just been so much more enlightened on how lucky and blessed and grateful I am for everything that I have. Especially my family. And, at the top of that list now is actually me. So I am grateful. I am so grateful for myself because I wasn't for a really, really long time, even though I really wanted to be. And I had this smile. And I used to have this beautiful smile. And then it kind of diminished. And I feel like it's back. For a living, I'm an employee.
I want to just stop you right there.
Yeah.
How many of us can say, authentically, I'm grateful for me? Wow. That right there is a miracle, right? Yeah. When we can be grateful for ourselves just as we are, full self-acceptance. It's not so much, my good friend Chris, one of the shaman here at Rythmia, reminded me in ceremony one night, it's not so much about self-improvement, but about self-acceptance.
Right.
In your declaration of, I love myself.
I love myself. That was so hard for me to even understand before. And it's just so clear today for the last few days. And it's going to just stay that way because I have the tools and the power within me to just continuously just love myself more and more and more. And the more I can love myself, the more it can radiate to everybody else around me. And I know that they'll get a miracle either by coming to this amazing place or just to be around people that are genuinely authentic and happy. And I think that's so contagious. I just feel so lucky.
We are lucky. We're all so lucky. I mean, every one of us, many of us feel like, we might be sitting there going, well, it happened to her. She got to go to Rythmia. But we're all really lucky.
Yeah.
We're all so lucky. We come from a long line of luck. We really do. I'm going to tell you this really quickly. How do I know that you're lucky? Because for you and me to be here right now, every one of our ancestors, back to the first creepy crawlies that came out of the ocean, had to be lucky enough to survive, to have enough food and safe enough environment to survive. They had to be good looking enough to attract another member of the species. And I'm talking down from amoebas to the lizards, to the monkeys, to us, to the caveman, to us, right? Attractive enough to get another member of the species, safe enough and lucky enough to reproduce and have enough safety and luck and success for that offspring to grow up, be good looking enough, have enough success to meet another member of the species, to reproduce, on and on and on and on and on, up until you and me. We come from a long line of luck, success, and good looks. Don't think it any different.
Well said.
Okay. So the other thing I want to say is it's the most trite, pedestrian self-help phrase ever. We've all heard it before. If you don't love yourself, how can you love anyone else?
Right.
Or how can anyone love you if you don't love yourself?
Right.
How often we've heard that? It's like, yeah.
A lot of times.
And it's the truth.
It is the truth. It is the truth. And I didn't understand how to do that for a really long time. I mean, obviously my siblings love me and I always said they had to love me, but they don't have to love me, but I do. And I know you do. But they've always said that, you have to love yourself and you deserve to be happy, and, stop bringing in the stray dogs, stop trying to fix everybody. And being here, I now I feel that. And I can't fix anybody else. It's not my job to fix anybody else, but I need to love myself and flourish in my own time, in my own way. And that will just explode to everybody else around me. And we're saying it's luck, right? And it is luck, but it's divine intervention. It was meant to be. Yes. Every part of my life, the bad, the good, and the ugly, was meant to be for me to be right here, right now, this second. And I never understood that before.
Bam. That's the truth.
It is.
There's a spiritual principle that says everything is working together for good.
Right.
And we didn't say everything's good.
Right.
Because you just said the good, the bad, the ugly. That it was all working together to get you here to this moment of, I love myself so much.
Yes.
So it's all working together for good, even if it doesn't appear to be. That's a huge spiritual principle. Beautiful. Okay, I interrupted you. You were talking about we were getting to your kind of what you do and where you live.
So I was born in Italy, in Sicily, and I did not come to the States till I was 6 years old. I spoke no English. And my dad brought us back and forth a couple times. We thought, he was a little crazy, but again, that was meant to be our journey. I now live in upstate New York. I'm an employee benefits consultant. So I work with a lot of employer groups that bring, benefits to their employees. It can be really demanding. I hid myself in my job for a really, really long time. I really love to help people, but I realized that it was just taking a lot from me, and it is, and I'll change that. But I was drowning myself in that because I didn't want to look inside.
Ooh. That's such a powerful statement, right? Like we bypass. Yeah. Overworking, being busy is just another form of numbing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drugs, alcohol, sex, shopping,
overworking. Mine was working.
Right?
Workaholic.
Workaholic, exactly. Because that way I don't have to look here.
I'm busy.
And also helping other people.
Right.
We talked about that.
Right. So the more I could help other people and take on their stuff, the better I felt about myself. But it was never fulfilling, right? I'm involved in everybody else's toxic relationships and giving advice where I have no business giving advice. I really needed to look inside. And I get that now. But that is how I spent my life, not even just my days, my life. I had something pretty traumatic happen when I was 5 years old. And my entire life, I knew that was what changed me. I didn't understand, the separation, and I didn't understand what this was because I'm safe. I'm 47 now. Why is something from being 5 years old haunting me? And I have this amazing life and these amazing relationships, but why do I still feel scared? I'm scared in the dark. I'm scared to do things. I'm scared to show people who I really am. And for the first time in my life, I am not scared. Wow. I am not scared. Wow. I feel so alive and so free and so empowered and so not alone. I felt alone for so long, even though I have like this amazing family and amazing friends. I still always just felt like so lonely, and I never shared that. And I'm not alone because I have me. So, and I know that some people maybe watching this don't understand it. You really don't. And I get it, right? I probably would have said the same thing, but I can just be me and be who I am, and who I am is Christina, and I've got me with me, and that's all I need. Well, and God.
That's it.
That's it.
I got me.
I got me.
I got me. What?
Everything else is a bonus.
Someone said to me not actually recently, Reverend Cheryl from Agape said to me, you got to be on your own side.
Mm.
You know, I feel like you're on your own side.
I'm on my own side. I'm picking me.
Yeah.
And people have been telling me that for a really long time, and I just didn't know how to do that. And I really, really didn't know how to forgive and let go. And that was my journey here on how to let go. And that was really tough. But it happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I want to get into
Yeah.
to the journey part of it, but I want to talk a little bit about rythmia. But as long as we're on that point about letting go.
Yeah.
What was the thing that helped you let go?
I had a night that I couldn't let go. I couldn't get in my head. I couldn't get out of my head because I wanted to control it, right? Because I'm controlling everything else, how you look at me, what you think about me, right? Because I'm putting this face on that I'm happy and I'm confident. And I didn't know how to let go of all of the fear so I could be authentic. But on Wednesday night, I had a really rough time here. I've had a rough time actually pretty much the whole time, but it was only certain points of the day. And then I would talk to somebody and feel liberated again and be happy again. But I realized that's my pattern in life. I have a tough time, then I work through it as little as I can, and then I'm back to being happy. But I sat with a shaman when I was sitting by the fire, and I was just crying and crying and crying. And he said to me, it was Nestor, and thank you, because you definitely changed my life. You helped me change the steps I needed to change to get to my point. And he said, let's go inside and talk a little. And I said, okay. And I went in and I said, you know, I want to let go. I do. I just can't get out of my head. I can't get out of my own way. And I want to let go. And he said, you know, and he scared me. He really scared me because he said, all this negative self-talk, you have to start rewiring yourself and retelling your story in positive messages so that you can have different neurons go into your brain and create a different passage for yourself and a different path. And if you don't do that and maybe turn off, and I'm not a big social media person, so it's funny that I'm on Facebook Live, to be honest. But, you know, he said, turn your phone off. And the whole time I hadn't, because, you know, I was worried about things from home and just making sure everything was okay. And I said, you know what? I deserve this. I need to turn this phone off. I need to do the self-worth talk. I need to do the meditation and the yoga. But what really got to me is that he said to me, Christina, if you don't change your thought pattern and you don't do it, there is no shaman, no medicine, no doctor, nothing that is going to save you. And you're going to be stuck. And that was my light bulb instantaneously. So I didn't get much sleep that night because we don't sleep here, right? Which is fine because I'm not even tired. But
it's amazing.
It's amazing, right? So the next morning I went to yoga. Victor is a master. And yoga, I didn't know how much yoga really is a purpose in your life.
Yes.
It is life. And it sounds like, oh, you're going to yoga class, exercise. No, it is a journey and a teaching of life. So I did that and I started meditating, and all day long I focused. I sat outside in the sun and in the hammock and I touched the ground and the roots. And I was like, this isn't regular grass like New York, right? Your cushiony little grass. And I started appreciating that you feel the roots in the ground and all the little bugs that are walking around, right? And you start appreciating, looking around and feeling all the beauty. And after yoga, I felt this sensation, just breathing and doing the work and just being. I didn't know how to be and sit still. And something magical happened in yoga that day.
Yeah.
I sat there and I could tell I was getting a sensation. And normally I would run from that because I'm like, what the heck is this? Right?
I'm feeling, wait.
I'm feeling, wait. What is this emotion coming up? And I just did what everybody here has been trying to tell me all week. Just be, just breathe, just feel. And I felt a sensation from my toes starting to tingle all the way up. And I knew something magical was happening. And how can that happen? I just went to yoga, right? And I had a wonderful, wonderful woman come up to me that is part of my group, which this group is amazing. I have so many more brothers and sisters now and such a huge family. And she just helped me breathe through it. And I closed my eyes and I just started being so grateful for every experience that I've had thus far, regardless if it was butterflies or not. And I opened my eyes, and for the first time, because I've walked this property for 4 days at that point, I saw all the amazing colors in the trees.
Mm-hmm.
I saw all the amazing, beautiful flowers and just the sky and the clouds and just everything. It was like I saw it for the first time. But that wasn't even my miracle.
Right. But wait, there's more.
There's more. So very, very, very grateful for every step that I took here. Every
so
step.
Powerful. There's so much in what you said.
Yeah.
I want to remind you, I don't know, do you know that yoga means union?
Oh, I did not. Now I do.
No, yoga, yeah. In the West, we've sort of isolated out as exercise.
Yeah.
But yoga traditionally in the Kriya, it's a union, and it means union, and it's meant to help us move the energy in the body so that we can sit in meditation longer. And really, yoga is supposed to be a movement into meditation, and the whole thing is yoga. The meditation, the movement, the breath work, like the whole thing is yoga. The whole thing is union. Yeah. We've sort of, like in our Western mentality, like isolate,
right,
blow up,
right,
zoom in, right,
right.
But it's good. It's
Mm-hmm.
good. And the other thing that you said was you know, and so because it is union, you felt this sensation. You could feel this coming up.
Unbelievable.
This energy.
Energy just flowing through my body. It was amazing.
And this is available to all of us when we remove the blockages, right? This is, there is a psychosomatic connection, a mind-body connection. And so at Rythmia, there's a lot that we do other than just drink medicine. There's yoga, there's colonics, there's meditation, massage,
all important,
saunas, hot and cold cycles, saltwater pools, mud baths. You know, there's all metaphysical classes, all of these things.
Amazing food and juices.
Amazing food, farm to table, organic food, beautiful
amazing
juices, on tap, fresh coconut water, like
pineapple juice. I don't think I've had so much pineapple juice in my life, and I'm never going to give it up.
It's like dessert.
It's dessert.
It really is.
It's unbelievable.
Amazing. So all of these things designed to help clear these blockages, the medicine especially. Oh, breath work. We forgot breath work.
Oh, breath work.
Oh, yeah.
I've never, so this is the funny thing, and there's no coincidences and there was no mistake. I've been going through something, obviously, I think everybody does. And the last few months I said, I really do need to start thinking about how do I start doing this self-care? What the heck does this look like? So I was like, all right, I'll sign up for a yoga class. So I started my first yoga class ever 4 weeks ago.
Wow.
That was meant to be to get me in preparation for here. So I've never done breath work before. And I'm like, what is this breath work? I'm going to breathe for a half hour with a bunch of people in this room. That breath work was actually the first time I actually felt that tingling sensation all in this energy throughout my whole body. I was amazed. So I said, holy smokes, if I can do this in breath work, what is in store for me this entire week? I'm going to every class.
Okay, that's another thing. This is a little bit, it's out of the, we're just popping around.
We're going all over.
One of the most important things, like Rythmia is a program.
Yeah.
Right? It's a program. And when you come here, we say you're going to get a miracle. And you have a really, really high chance of doing it if you do the program. I mean, how often in life are we not doing the program? We're picking and choosing. I'll do that. I'm not going to do this.
Right.
Right. And then we go, that didn't work.
Right.
Stuff didn't work. Well, did you do all of it?
Yeah.
You did all of it.
I did it all of it. And I'm going to be totally truthful and authentic because that's exactly what we all need to be. I came here because my loving brother, my actual blood brother, came and he just had a miracle. And then my son was here last week. And I was like, okay, well, they're doing it. They're getting miracles. I'm going to do it because I knew I was coming. I'm going to get my miracle. So I'm going to drink some juice. That's the funny part. And I'm going to get this miracle. You have to do the work. And part of the work is going to every class. Doesn't matter if it's early, and everybody here says, go to the classes, even if they're not mandatory. And I did. And every single one of them was a piece of the journey that helped me get to my end result, which was the miracle.
Yeah.
Even understanding all of it, you hear some people are having miracles on day 1, day 2. Maybe you're not. You're frustrated, confused,
Right.
sad. Oh, how sad I was, crying. And then I would talk to somebody and feel better, and I'm laughing again, right? Every single step of that journey was just meant to be to get me to where I needed to be. And it was a full reflection of my life and my journey and my soul. And even throughout the whole week, I have to be honest, I said, when am I going to see who I've become? I was seeing it all week long, not even realizing it, but it was so in my face on Thursday.
That's what I talked about in the beginning. It was the blind spot.
Yeah.
Right? We know it's there.
Yep.
It's like right there. We're just not seeing it.
Right. And it's right there.
It's right
It's right there.
And it's important to see that.
Right.
So, okay, so we talked a little bit about the amenities. I think the really important thing that you said is, take advantage of everything. When you come here, go to the classes, go to the yoga, do the colonics, do the massages. It's all included, right? It's all included.
Trust everyone that's here. And not because I'm sitting with you, JJ, but trust everyone that's here. They really do care. This is an amazing group of people, kind souls. They know your journey. They're here to help, and you're safe. You're safe. You're in the middle of a jungle, but you are safe as can be. So just trust the process.
It's so true. I've never worked with a more amazing group of people. I've worked in the hotel and restaurant business for a lot of years. I worked for Ritz-Carlton. I worked for the JW Marriott. I worked for really high-end fine dining restaurants and hotels and very exquisite yacht companies and all of that stuff. And people who are really committed to service. But this is about
different.
Yeah, it's a different type of service. It's not just about giving you the finest glassware and bottle of wine. This is about your soul.
Your soul.
And the people that are in here, the people that are here are committed because they're interested in their own spiritual growth and development.
Right.
And they are part of their dharma is our own spiritual growth and development by being of service to others.
Right.
So thank you for saying that.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so tell me about, what was the prayer that brought you here? What was the intention that had you go, this is what I want when I get there?
So what I thought I came for,
right?
So what I thought I came for was completely different from what actually ended up happening. I wanted clarity in my life in terms of my marriage, my relationship with my son, my relationship with my family, and what my life was really going to be. And even though at the end I'm getting that, and every second since my miracle, it's like, boop, there goes another piece of clarity. I am getting exactly what I needed and what I came for and what I'm going to have for the rest of my life. But what I didn't realize is that what I actually came for and what my soul needed was for me to find me again. All that other stuff is going to come because when you're whole, that's going to come. But I didn't know that coming here. I thought I was going to come here again, drink some juice, go into some ceremonies, and I was going to come out thinking like, oh, this is what I'm going to fix when I get home. And oh, this love life is going to be fine. And my son's going to be fine. And what I needed healing for was my soul, me. And I got that. And now everything else is going to fall in place because I have the tools to love myself, put me back together so that I can have those loving relationships, find that energy that just gets you up and you breathe and you're just so thankful and grateful. And that's all going to align. But I didn't come here thinking that was going to be the end story.
It's so funny. We think, well, we have this whole list of things we want. Okay.
Priorities on a list.
Right.
But that's not how it works.
This is what I want. I want this. I want this. I want this. I want this. It'd be great if this happened.
Right.
And most of those things are outside of us.
Right.
And don't have anything to do with the inside job. And we say here at Rythmia that plant medicine done wrong answers all those questions. Answers all the stuff you want to know that's outside of you, that if I had this, if I had that, I would be okay.
Yeah. Right.
Again, something outside of us.
Oh, go get this material thing. You're going to be happy. No, you're not.
or even have this relationship. And I'll
Right.
be happy.
And you'll be happy. Right. Or, right. You know, some people may think like, oh, maybe I'm not married or I don't have kids. And if I get that, I'll be happy. I don't know. I don't know that that's that. Well, I do know that's not the answer. You need to be happy. You need to be whole. You need to be grounded. You need to truly love yourself and know who you are so that those things can naturally gravitate to you and really be authentic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Well, it's like we were saying in the beginning, if you don't love yourself,
Right.
you can't love anyone and no one can love you.
Right.
And so this beautiful, you're so articulate. I just love it. Really, really perfect because it's authentic. It's from
It's
your
so
heart.
authentic.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're saying like, I didn't know it, but I needed to find me. I needed to come back to a state of wholeness. That's plant medicine done right.
Right.
Because plant medicine done right eliminates the questions.
Yeah.
All those questions that you wanted answers to, it's like, those aren't so important now that
Right.
from a place of wholeness, I know how to talk to my husband. From a place of wholeness, I know.
And I understand. It's so weird. I understand every little piece. Like everything makes sense now. Even all the bad. And I've learned to, and not about my husband, just in life in general, how to really forgive. I always said, like, I really want to forgive. I just don't know how. And now I understand. So it doesn't mean that, you know, with my abuser that I can forgive that person, but he doesn't need to be in my space.
Right.
And it's so funny about being in your space and being in your head. I literally saw these visions of people being in my head and all this negative and toxic, just self-talk. And I would literally, next to that fire, when I was getting my miracle and not knowing that I was about to get my miracle, would literally look up and say, all right, you got to go. You're done here. Like, you're taking up too much space. You got to go. And I would do it. And I'd be like, shush, go. You're still here again. So it was amazing. And I've learned how to do that in just a short time. It's only been a week.
It's so good.
And I've been waiting 42 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think you've just expressed so many beautiful sentiments. So what would you say? Did you just share with us what your miracle was finding you?
My miracle, first, I died twice, which sounds crazy for anybody else, right? But that old negative soul that didn't need to be there was reborn. And for me, I needed to do it twice in one night. So it was dark.
Some of us have to do it a few times.
But so worth it, because when I was reborn, it was just so amazing and beautiful and full of air, fresh breath, fresh air, just life. I was so grateful, so entirely grateful. And I don't even know, I just lost my train of thought because I got lost in the stars.
You know, you're talking about the ego death.
Right? The ego death.
It's an egoic
And yes,
death.
I found myself. I was reborn and I was back to that innocent little girl that, you know, somebody stole that from me, and I took my power back. I took my love back. I got me. Christina was born on March 24th this year, just a couple days ago.
Happy birthday,
Happy
baby.
birthday. Yeah, so now I'm going to celebrate both birthdays.
All right.
Yes.
This is the thing right there that, like, this death of the old structures that are no longer serving us. But they served you.
They served me.
They got you to this point.
They served me.
Right? They're protective mechanisms.
Yeah.
That's what the ego is. They're boundaries.
Right.
They're protective. Ego is our amigo.
Yeah.
Right? We can't just dish it, you know, and
Yeah.
diss it rather. But when the ego is in full control, it's a little smelly. It's a little stinky.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Right. When we get to die to the old parts, sometimes we're just carrying the carcass of these old stories.
That's exactly what it was.
Right? And it's like,
Yes.
something's smelling. I'm carrying all this dead weight.
Right.
My old stories, my old ego boundaries,
All the stories you tell yourself. Right.
So what were some of those stories you told yourself?
Oh God. That I wasn't lovable. That I was, you know, and I was toxic. So it's not that was a story. I was actually toxic, just not realizing that I was being toxic. But, you're not lovable, you weren't good enough, you're not smart enough. All this junk. It was just junk.
That isn't you.
It's not me. I'm smart as hell.
Shit you picked up on the way. Right
Shit
on.
I picked on. I am genuinely happy. I'm happy to be here. Everybody always says, "Oh, stop and smell the roses." Well, I didn't know how to do that. It's amazing how many flowers I've seen in the last 2 days that have been here all week that I didn't see all week, and that I am truly stopping and smelling the jasmine. And I'm enjoying that life. I'm looking at these bugs and I'm so grateful for them and their purpose in life. Where before that I was like, oh, I got a mosquito on me. I will never kill another mosquito.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me just tell you. It's okay, 100% okay to kill mosquitoes. I'm just saying.
Oh, well, I won't, but you can. I'm sure they have a purpose.
They do. I'll tell
Exactly.
you. They do have a purpose, a very, very important purpose. Some species of mosquitoes are the only insect small enough to pollinate the chocolate flower.
Oh, wow. See, don't kill mosquitoes.
Those are very limited species, right? The rest of them?
Yeah. But yes, I was carrying all this baggage, and you know what? It got heavy.
Yeah.
It got heavy. I feel so much lighter. People are like, stand up straight. I'm like, I am. No, I wasn't, but I am now, so it got heavy and I just feel so light, light as a feather.
So grateful. This,
True miracle.
I can't tell you. I just can't tell you how beautiful it is to hear this. And this is what I get to experience every week. It's really amazing.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christina. Thank you for sharing so beautifully from your heart. I know, and just listen to a few of the comments. I miss that feeling that I had at Rythmia. I was in wholeness, Nicole. Nicole, it's still there.
Yeah.
It just got a little dusty. You can come back, but you can also just do a little breath work, do a little meditation. You're never separate. Oriana says, happy birthday.
Woo!
Angel says, yay. Linda Young, Thomas, I love you. Linda, good to see you, Linda. She says, I think mother is calling me again. Oh, that's Debbie. And Linda says, Rythmia is amazing. Thank you for sharing your journey. Thank you for sharing your journey.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to all of you and everybody that's listening and watching. This is an amazing, amazing journey and experience. And I'm so excited to live for the first time for the rest of my life.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you all. Have a beautiful, beautiful day and hope to see you at Rythmia soon. Cheers.